Dollar diplomacy in the age of Trump, the geopolitical implications of U.S.-China-Russia relations. Recently, there have been reports that Donald Trump is considering running for president again in 2024. This has caused a lot of speculation and discussion among political commentators and the general public. In addition to this, there have also been reports of investigations into Trump's business dealings and potential legal issues. These investigations are ongoing and it remains to be seen what the outcome will be. However, it is clear that Trump remains a controversial figure in American politics and his actions continue to be scrutinized by many. Understanding the U.S.-China-Russia relations. The relationship between the United States, China, and Russia is a complex one that has evolved over time. During the Cold War, the United States and Russia were bitter rivals, engaged in a global struggle for influence and power. Today, the relationship between these two nations is marked by tensions and competition in areas such as military technology, cyber warfare, and economic sanctions. China, meanwhile, has emerged as a major economic and military power, challenging the United States' dominance in the Asia-Pacific region. The relationship between the United States and China is characterized by a mix of cooperation and competition, with both nations seeking to advance their respective interests. Geopolitical implications of U.S.-China-Russia relations. Finally, let's discuss the latest news on the Russian-Chinese collaboration. This is a topic that has been making headlines recently, as there have been reports of increased cooperation between these two countries. The relationship between the United States, China, and Russia has significant geopolitical implications. The United States has traditionally been the dominant global superpower, but its position is being challenged by China's rise. China's growing economic and military power has given it greater influence in the Asia-Pacific region and beyond. Russia, meanwhile, has sought to reassert itself as a major world power, challenging the United States' global dominance. There have also been reports of increased military cooperation between Russia and China. This includes joint military exercises and the sharing of military technology. Again, this has raised concerns among some analysts, who worry that this increased cooperation could pose a threat to U.S. national security. The tensions between these three nations have the potential to escalate into conflict or lead to a shift in the global balance of power. The impact of Trump's foreign policy on geopolitics. The foreign policy of the Trump administration has had a significant impact on geopolitics. President Trump has taken a more confrontational approach to China and Russia, seeking to protect American interests and influence. He has imposed tariffs on Chinese imports, withdrawn from international agreements such as the Paris Climate Accord, the Iran nuclear deal, and even pursued a more aggressive military posture. These actions have strained relations with China and Russia and increased tensions in the Asia-Pacific region and Europe. The role of the dollar in geopolitics. The U.S. dollar has long been the dominant global currency, used for international trade and financial transactions. Its status as the world's reserve currency gives the United States significant geopolitical power and influence. The use of the dollar in international transactions also gives the United States the ability to impose economic sanctions on other nations. The role of the dollar in geopolitics is closely linked to the United States' global position and its ability to project power. Now, let's move on to the U.S. dollar purchasing power. In recent years, there has been concern about the strength of the U.S. dollar and its purchasing power. This is due to a number of factors, including inflation, trade deficits, and government debt. Inflation, in particular, has been a major concern for many Americans. Inflation occurs when the general level of prices for goods and services increases over time. This means that the same amount of money buys less than it did before. In the United States, inflation has been on the rise in recent months due to a variety of factors, including supply chain disruptions and increased demand for goods and services. This has led to a decrease in the purchasing power of the U.S. dollar. Dollar diplomacy in the age of Trump. The Trump administration has continued to use dollar diplomacy as a tool for advancing American interests. It has imposed economic sanctions on countries such as Russia and Iran, seeking to limit their ability to trade and access international finance. The use of economic sanctions has become an increasingly popular tool in international relations, with many countries using them to achieve their geopolitical goals. However, the effectiveness of economic sanctions is often debated, and they can have unintended consequences such as harming innocent civilians and strengthening authoritarian regimes. Geopolitical risks and opportunities for businesses. The geopolitical landscape presents both risks and opportunities for businesses operating in the global economy. Geopolitical risks such as political instability, trade disputes, and economic sanctions can disrupt supply chains and impact profitability. However, geopolitical developments can also create new opportunities for businesses, such as expanding into new markets or developing new products. It is important for businesses to stay informed about geopolitical developments and to develop risk management strategies to mitigate potential risks. Geopolitical risk management strategies. There are several risk management strategies that businesses can use to mitigate geopolitical risks. These include diversifying suppliers and markets, developing contingency plans, and conducting regular risk assessments. Businesses can also use political risk insurance to protect against political risks such as expropriation or political violence. It is important for businesses to have a comprehensive risk management strategy in place to ensure that they can operate effectively in the face of geopolitical challenges. Future of geopolitics and dollar diplomacy. The future of geopolitics is uncertain, with many factors influencing the global balance of power. The rise of China, the resurgence of Russia, and the changing global economy are all factors that will shape the future of geopolitics. The role of dollar diplomacy in international relations is also evolving, with the use of economic sanctions becoming more prevalent. It is important for policymakers, businesses, and individuals to stay informed about geopolitical developments and to adapt to changing circumstances. In conclusion, the relationship between the United States, China, and Russia has significant geopolitical implications. The Trump administration's foreign policy has had a significant impact on geopolitics, and the use of dollar diplomacy continues to be an important tool for advancing American interests. Businesses operating in the global economy face both risks and opportunities from geopolitical developments, and it is important for them to have effective risk management strategies in place. The future of geopolitics is uncertain, but staying informed about geopolitical developments and adapting to changing circumstances is essential for success in the global economy. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to Legends Behind the Lens for more.